Hey everybody, look at what I have. These are freshly sprouted fluted pumpkin seeds that I got to sprout outdoors using what I call the double cup method. So this is a method that you can use to germinate a small amount of the fluted pumpkin seeds outdoors. So in this video, I will show you how I got this done, and I will also share with you where to buy the fluted pumpkin seeds, which many of you have been looking for. So if you're looking for the fluted pumpkin seeds, watch this video as I'll share the information and then also show you how to get your fluted pumpkin seeds to germinate once you get the fluted pumpkin seeds. Let's go. Okay, tribe, so these are the supplies that you will need for the double cup method. So you need 2 sets of cups, the red one with holes at the bottom, and then another clear plastic cup. We also need some potting mix soil, you need some water, and then tape. As I promised, I will share with you where you can get your fluted pumpkin seeds. But once you receive the seeds, because they must have been in transit, you want to go ahead and hydrate or rehydrate the seeds, even for just a couple of minutes. So take the seeds out, put them in a container, and add some water to it as we prepare the potting mix soil that we're going to use to sprout the seeds. So we will go ahead and fill our containers up about 3/4 of the way with the potting mix soil, and then we will wet the potting mix soil. We want to add just enough water so that the soil is moist, not dripping wet, but moist. Now it's time to plant our seeds. Remember, the fluted pumpkin seed has an orientation. It has a pointy tip and it has a flat base. And we want to plant our seeds with that pointy tip facing down. Why? Because the roots come out of the tip and the shoots come out of the flat base. If you're not sure, lay the seeds down flat. Guys, this method of starting the seeds outdoors is applicable when the temperatures are consistently above 60 degrees Fahrenheit. The warmer it is, the better. If it is still cold in your area, go ahead and start your seeds indoors. I have an entire video sharing with you how to start Ugu seeds indoors. All right, guys, so now we will use the other cup, the transparent cup, as a dome. So we are going to place that inverted on top of the cup that has our seed inside, just like so. Now, because my top cup doesn't exactly fit on that bottom cup, I will use a tape to hold it down. I will use a tape to secure it so it doesn't get knocked over by wind, by rain, or other, animals in the backyard. So secure that whole setup. I know you're thinking, don't you need to water it? Not really, because our potting mix soil does retain water, and you don't want too much water when you're trying to sprout your ugu seed. Sometimes people apply too much water, they water it too much, and it instead causes the seeds to rot. So we're going to look for a sunny spot in the garden, an area that receives a lot of sunlight, and place our setup there and just wait. It can take anywhere from 14 days to 21 days for you to see germination. So just be patient. Keep an eye on your setup. At some point, it started to rain, so I had to take the cups out of the aluminum pan because it was drowning in water when it rained. And then I put it, just directly in the garden. And I saw germination about 17 days later. All right, first signs of germination. See that, guys? All right, I'm happy to see. So now I'm going to open this cup, and then I will put this red cup inside of the transparent one. All right, guys, today is the 8th of April, and look at what we have. We have our freshly sprouted fluted pumpkin. These are the fluted pumpkin seeds that I started using the double cup method, completely outdoors. We have a total of 3 out of 5 which have sprouted so far. And the 2 which have not yet sprouted, they are still going to sprout. And I know because I took a peek and I can see that there's something about to come out from right here. So it's going to sprout in the next couple of days. So this method absolutely works. So when it sprouted, what I did was I took away the top cup which served as the dome and I put it at the bottom. So now it catches water when I water the fluted pumpkin, and then it also helps to water from the bottom up, which is what you want to do for your seedlings, sometimes. So this is the double cup method of sprouting seeds. It works. It works for the fluted pumpkin. It works for other things as well. All right, let's get to the juicy part. I know many of you have been looking for the fluted pumpkin seeds, and it is very difficult to get viable fluted pumpkin seeds in North America, Canada, and I imagine other countries out of Africa. It is extremely difficult. And when you find the seeds, the viability is not always guaranteed. Why? Because the fluted pumpkin seeds are recalcitrant seeds. So as soon as they break it out of the pod, it needs to get to you so you can plant them almost immediately or within weeks. Otherwise, it will not sprout. So a lot of you have been looking for the fluted pumpkin seeds like YAJE, where can I buy these seeds? I want to buy from you. Unfortunately, I don't have them anymore. I don't have them any longer. But as a public service announcement, I'm not being paid for this. I don't know these people. I'm going to tell you where you can get the seeds. Now, go on Etsy, the shop Etsy online, and look for this vendor. Look for this vendor on Etsy. They do sell the fluted pumpkin seeds. I have bought the seeds from them before. They are not here in the USA. They are in Ghana, but I have had a very good experience with this particular vendor. They get the seeds to you in less than 2 weeks, maybe 10 days, sometimes even less than 10 days. And the seeds I have had from them before have been good. I've had a good experience with this vendor. So if you've been looking for the fluted pumpkin seeds, go on Etsy, look for this vendor, and you can buy your seeds. If you want, you can mention in the comment that you got to hear about them from me. Just mention that. You never know. Maybe one day they will want to work with me for sending people over to them. But as of now, nobody is paying me for this. I'm doing this as a public service announcement. Now, how many seeds should you get if you're just growing the fluted pumpkin in your backyard? Let me just show you what I have growing in containers, and then you can determine how many to get based on the space that you have. All right, tribe, let me show you the fluted pumpkins that I have growing in these containers, like in this space over here by the fence. Okay, so we'll see how many I have growing in containers. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are about 10 growing over here. 10 in this space. So if you have a small backyard garden, I think about 10 seeds should be okay. You could also grow these 10 on like a 4 by 8 foot bed. So don't get less than 10 seeds, otherwise it will not just be worth it. All right.